Polls show a tight race between the incumbent BC NDP and the BC Conservatives in the provincial election this October. But a handful of races have another unusual factor: independent candidates who are also incumbent MLAs. CBC's Lindsay Duncombe explains why that's the case and what it means for the end results.
There are 5 candidates in this BC provincial election that are in a really unusual position. They're incumbent MLAs, but they aren't running with a political party. They're independents. That's because they used to be part of a party that doesn't exist anymore, BC United. The right-of-centre party collapsed just weeks before the election, folding into the surging BC Conservatives. Now, some BC United MLAs joined the Conservatives, but not Karin Karkpatrick. She actually hadn't planned to run again, but when the BC United collapsed, she changed her mind, saying voters in her West Vancouver riding needed a more centrist option. And politics professor Hamish Telford says she actually has a shot.
There are always independents running in elections, scads of them. Most ridings probably have 1 or 2 independents. But to have independents who are incumbent members of the legislature running in numbers is very unusual. And in the last 75 years, only one person has been elected to the BC legislature as an independent, and she ran as an incumbent and won again. So to have 5 is just unprecedented in BC politics.
Running as an independent isn't easy. You have to raise your own money. You have to corral your own volunteers. And voters can be concerned that sending an independent to the legislature might not have as much clout as someone who is part of a party. But that's where politics in BC right now gets really interesting, because the race between the Conservatives and the governing NDP is so tight. People are talking about the possibility of maybe a minority government. And if that's the case, then any independent MLAs who could get elected may hold the balance of power. Lindsay Duncombe, CBC News, Vancouver.